Hello everyone, it's a very good moment that you have tuned in here, and I promise that you won't regret, guys, for this one. Actually, I'm at Buruburu Phase 1, around Buruburu Girls or Metropolitan Hospital, headed to Camp Toyoyo. It's on a weekend, and I go to do my workouts. I mean some exercise good for the body during the weekends. This is just a few meters from Jericho Market and a very few meters from Camp Toyoyo Soccer Stadium. So guys, today on this beautiful day, you are going to see remember this, you are fastest growing political platform, and a platform that will never disappoint. So guys, as it stands, we are going to go through or look at the current rapid changes that has just occurred to the ODM political party, that is the ODM house. Several people or loyals have been awarded with several positions at the ODM. Remember, initially some guys had left the leadership, those who headed the executive, who got the positions there, so they were to be replaced. There is a communication that was passed across by the Secretary General of ODM, that's Senator for Nairobi, the Honorable Edwin Sifuna, and it was communicated by the ODM Director for Communications, that is Mr. Philip Etale. And we have seen several changes that have occurred the party, and we are kept wondering, are the ODM honey bills thrown on the edge or outside the party? There are people who are expected to be in the top leadership of the party, but the National Executive Council or Governing Council, through its communications, there are some people that I feel like were not treated fairly from the recent appointments or proposals by the NEC for the leadership. I'll be talking the likes of Babu, Owino, who has been very noisy and very instrumental in pushing the political affairs of the party. He's very outgoing, of which we thought actually he might land a position in that space, but unfortunately he has been thrown to the cold. So we have the Member of Parliament for is it Homa Bay Town, that is Kaluma Peter, the lawyer, who are also, we expected actually might get a position, but so far he has not got a position. So we're going to analyze the same and see how this came into being, and see the credibility that was used to appoint those guys and leave the others. A story is told of a young graduate who was asked by his line manager during the interview where he wants to be in 5 years, and he said that in 5 years he wants to have grown and be the manager of that department. I remember this departmental manager had worked so long to get there. So what I mean is that sometimes being over ambitious, or rather talking too much, can cost you to some extent. So this is where Babu, Owino and Kaluma, the other ones, have found themselves. Remember, Raila Odinga is in a position whereby he does not want people who will cause a coup in the party, or people who will protect his interests. Remember, this one guy whose one feet is in government and the other feet is in opposition. So he wants those cool guys, the guys who can play it along because of his survival. Remember, Raila Odinga has been in the years, has been in opposition, but you can say he has been in that cool corner of the warm corner of the opposition. He has never been in the cold. Yes, you are in opposition, but there are some rights you are enjoying and some. Yeah, that is it. So we are just going to basically look at some of the considerations that were put in place to choose the guys to the ODM's part leadership. Among them could be their financial muscles. Remember, the part also needs funding and outgoing people to do the same. Two, the outgoing nature of those guys. How somebody is serious, and maybe the influence. Yeah, the influence this person has, both at his backyard and maybe in the party. That's how the regional balance came in. That is it. Then the other aspect could be how the political maturity. How long enough has this person been in politics to understand the dynamics of politics, to be tolerant and all that. So those are some of the things that were considered, and we are going to look at each and one of them who was appointed and see how they apply to them, because some might not apply to all, but to a few of them. And we're also going to look at each and one of them was left out, whom we thought would be in leadership, and which one was at his or her disfavor. So stay with us as we go through this, guys. Hope you are going to enjoy it. Let's go, guys. Yeah, so we are on it again. Remember, fact be told that Raila Amolo Odinga is the longest opposition leader Kenya has had. Apart from that, is the strongest opposition leader Kenya has had so far. Those are facts that and you cannot fight facts, cannot dispute facts. Apart from that, you'll realize that Raila Odinga, unlike other opposition leaders, let's say in the neighboring countries of Tanzania and Uganda, that are also in East Africa with the Kenya, you realize that the opposition leaders in those countries have been always in the political cold. They have always had that big power or muscles either to correct or fight the government enough to let now bear to the forces of opposition, and they have been always in the cold. But in Kenya, Raila Odinga has always found himself in what we call a warm corner of opposition. As I had mentioned earlier, he has not always been that in the cold, because his force has always helped him maneuver his way out and remain politically relevant in the political affairs of Kenya. So before we start looking at how maybe what was considered for these guys to get the positions, the top position in ODM, and help Raila put his team together for the leadership of the party, allow me to highlight some of the facts, political facts that you have to consider in the Republic of Kenya. First of all, considering parties in Kenya, parties have owners in Kenya. Parties have got their owners, which means these parties are someone's or some people's properties. And you know, when you own a property, actually you have the right on how to use that property, when to use it or when to not, whom to share with or whom not to share with. And a good property should give you income, or should generate you something in return, or should increase in value for that. So just like the same, ODM has got an owner, and the owner is Raila Amolo Odinga. And every owner wants always to remain in control of his or her own property, and he has to choose whom to share with or not to share with. That is it. Number two, another fact is that in leadership, or in every setting, every leader wants to remain in control. And politics not being an exemption, everyone in politics as a leader wants to remain in control. So Raila Odinga, as the leader of ODM and his troops, he has to find ways to remain in control or remain relevant. Least someone can ouster him or take away his ODM party. So that is it. Every leader wants to be in control, and for a leader to be in control, you should have numbers. And these numbers, or these people who are supporting you, or these people who are helping you in your leadership, should be people who are supporting your agenda, your vision and your mission. You cannot choose people who will now start pushing for their own agenda and leave your agenda. Actually, the agenda of the party is always the agenda of the party owner, actually. So that said and done, this is what I want to say. In ODM, whatever was communicated, it might have been communicated by the ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna as a message passed from the National Executive Council. But let me tell you, there's nothing like all those stories, the governing body, National Executive Council, disciplinary, blah, blah, blah. Everything in a party is communicated by the party leader. That is the decision of the party leader. These other Hulala boss are just there to blindfold you. But whatever was communicated was Raila's Omolo's decision, not the National Executive Council's decision or the Governing Council's decision. It's the Raila Amolo Odinga's decision, because he's the owner of the party. He has got the final say on the party affairs. He has got the final direction on the party affairs. And given that, as I said earlier, this guy, one hand is in government, the other hand is in opposition, he has to choose people who will support his vision, who will support his agenda without questioning much and communicate what he wants as a leader. Yeah, that is it. But sometimes to come, he'll be going to AU. He wants to leave people behind who will be able not to oust him in the party, but continue pushing his own agenda. So let's go straight to the poor chosen, and I'll gladly remain on the top seats. That is the deputy party leaders, the three of them, and the chairperson of ODM. That will be my major point of consideration. Remember, as I said, give an example of Babu, and Kaluma, they are very outspoken, and most people had anticipated, including myself, that they'll get something somewhere close to the top leadership because of how they are pushing the party agenda. They seem to be going muscle on efforts and all that. But now the party leader is cautious because he wants to remain in control. He wants to trim his team, because he's still alive by the way, and the party is his. So he doesn't want the party to be taken away from him. So he just want people who will remain his faithful servants. Going by that, let's look at the first deputy party leader, the Honorable His Excellency the Governor from Mombasa, Abdulswad Nasir. Abdulswad Nasir is a big business mogul, has got enough financial muscles, has been around long. He was an MP at some point before becoming the governor, and he has got the full support of the outgone deputy party leader, that is the Honorable who's now the CS for mining and blue economy, the Honorable Ali Hassan Joho. So that puts him in a better position, given that he's a political child of Ali Hassan Joho, and Ali Hassan Joho is a faithful of Raila Amolo Odinga. So that put him in a very good position because of that faithfulness, his connections with Joho, and his financial muscles. He stood a better chance to take that position. Number two, still on him, he's coming from the coast, and his voice from the coast. He commands the coast more than other governors or other leaders from the coast who are in ODM. So for the region to balance, or for Raila to seem that to be balancing his ODM, he had to choose somebody from the coast, and that the two things, his Nasir being coming from the coast, and his voice in the coast and also in the party, and to his connection with Raila Amolo, not Raila Amolo Odinga, but say Ali Hassan Joho, plus his financial capabilities, placed him in a better position to be picked as the deputy party leader. That is it. The second one is Honorable Simba Arati. Simba Arati comes from Luo Nyanza. So a deputy party leader had to come from Luo Nyanza. Not Luo Nyanza, but I mean the Nyanza region. So Raila Amolo Odinga is from Luo Nyanza. So he had to choose from Kisii. Again, to assure the Kisiis that they are still together. That is it. So that is, and he's a governor. He has been an MP for long period of time. He's a first-term governor, so he'll be seeking a second term as a governor come next time. So he does not stand a chance to fight Raila Amolo Odinga, and his faithfulness and that of the Kisii now has assured. The second one, who's now a very young person, whom I might not say have got that financial muscle, is the Honorable Osotsi. Honorable Osotsi, the things that favored him, one is that the Western people had a deputy governor who was the Honorable the outgone deputy party leader, the Honorable His Excellency Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, who's now the Minister for Cooperatives and Small Businesses and all that. So one, Western had to get a deputy party leader because Oparanya, they had one. Then two, their faithfulness had to be kept so that they feel that sense of belonging to the party. Then Osotsi is a guy who has been around making a lot of noise in the party, pushing for the party. So, and again, this position, I can say, was given to him so as to tame him. Remember, there is a battle that's going on in Vihiga, and ODM prefers to give the current Nairobi chairman for ODM, the Honorable Aladwa, the flag bearership of ODM governorship to Aladwa. So to tame Osotsi will be asked to go for senator position still, but again to juice him or to make him feel happy, he has been given the deputy party leadership, and this will be in that he has been advised that, as a deputy party leader, they have some, not all of them should not be coming from mashinani. Governors watakuwa na bako mashinani, but now Sochi will be asked now, he'll be a senator and he'll have to be in Nairobi, operate from the main offices and all that. So he'll be going for Senate position. Now he has been given another role as the deputy party leader, so he'll not want to fight with the MP for Makadara, the current MP for Makadara, that's the Honorable George Aladwa. He'll not have to fight for him to get that governor position for Vihiga County. Remember, Osoti and Vihiga, and not Osoti come from the Bunyore tribe of Vihiga, and the Alado comes from the Maragol side of Vihiga. So them being given, one of them senator and the other one governor, now will make sense. That is it. So those are some of the criteria that were used. And for the Honorable Babu Owino, who seems to have been just away from ODM like Mburukenge, is that his nature to associate himself with the people who are who are organizing the gens. He want to oust right, and let's say the president William Ruto, and Raila Odinga was not for that. So this guy seems he can get ill advice from somewhere, and so only serving his second term as an MP is a young person who's just ambitious but over ambitious. And remember, every leader wants to remain in control. So if you bring on board a leader or a young leader who will want to oust you, these leaders don't want that. And Raila Odinga is not an example. He doesn't want somebody to oust him. So that's why he has thrown away Babu Owino on the political call in the ODM leadership. He'll just remain a member, and for that case he has to remain a royal member. Actually, the only position Babu Owino might get is the chairman for ODM in Nairobi, after Alwada has gone to be the ODM flag bearer for Vihiga County. That's the only thing he has been given. But at the top leadership, Babu Owino has been thrown out like a Mburukenge because of its kusema mingi. Saying a lot and knowing a lot is too bad. That's what has costed him. So thank you guys for coming. Remember to share these videos and always come back for another analysis of the politics of the land. I promise I won't fail you, and you'll always get a new video here. Bye bye, and see you another time.